Hello everyone and welcome back to Troublesome Trucks and the 41st episode of Crash City Requested. Today it is a request by Train Story and they requested an 8-engine free-for-all. So here we have Ben, Luke, Duncan, Duke, Dennis, Duck, Rosie, and Mavis. It'll be the best out of 7 rounds, so let's kick it off right away with round 1. Round 1 is ready to go, so let's have Duncan go first. Rosie, Ben, Duke, Luke, Dennis. Wow, surprised we haven't had a crash to Duck. Oh, Duke tries to get Dennis. Oh, Mavis just gets out as Duncan goes. Oh, Mavis takes out Ben as Duck and Duke fall over. I think Luke and Dennis had something to do. Oh, Rosie hit the points wrong and has a front wheel off. Mavis is being pushed by Duncan while Dennis is shoving Luke about. And they're about to crash into Rosie. Oh, and she tries to get back on the tracks, and she tells Dennis up. Oh, she takes out Dennis with the wheel off. Oh, and she switched tracks. Luke is trying to escape before the carnage strikes as Mavis and Duncan are shoving her the opposite way, but now they're stalled on the crossing. Luke is just, puffing leisurely along the tracks. Nothing bad is going to happen. Oh, no. And... he's actually pushed through, and Mavis, Duncan, and Rosie all fall down pretty much simultaneously. And it is Luke. Wow, that was crazy round. Rosie got derailed, knocked Dennis off, switched tracks, and then caused world's strongest engine. And Luke, he got back on the tracks. Luke starting off strong here in round 1. Let's keep on shuffling with round 2. Alright, now, Luke is going to start off round 2, followed by Duck, Duncan, Duke, Mavis, Ben, Dennis, close call with Ben and Duke, and Rosie, last one out. Engines are staying on pretty well, but not for long. Oh, Mavis, oh my goodness, Duke takes out Mavis. Oh, now Rosie's down. Duncan and Duke are buffer, and there goes Duncan. Duke has recovered, thanks to Ben and Dennis. Luke and Duck are on the opposite sides of the track. Ben is sandwiched between Duke and Dennis. Duke, Dennis, Duck, and Duncan. Let's D engines, and Duke and Luke have rhyming names. Ben and Dennis, kinda. Mavis and Rosie, two girls, and Duck is taken out by Duke, and who now has a front wheel off thanks to that escapade. Oh, he's down in the center, piled on Rosie and Mavis. Now it is Ben, Dennis, and Luke. Luke still on the tracks as a potential for a second point. Well, Ben and Dennis each have an opportunity for their first point. Might need sabotagers, but they are getting pretty close, to be fair. They're getting closer and closer with each pass. And Luke got a little stuck up on Duke there. And maybe this time, very nearly escape. Very close escape by Luke. And there's going to be collision this time. Who's going to get the worst of it? Oh, wow. Ben and Luke collided, and Luke and Dennis were pretty much on the tracks at the same time and then fell over. That's really close, but I don't know who I would call a winner there, so it looks like we're going to have to go for a tiebreaker between Dennis and Luke for round 2. The tiebreaker is set up, so let's have them go off now. Dennis versus Luke, standard gauge versus narrow gauge, diesel versus steamy, green versus gray. And Dennis has got his trucks first. Oh, and he pushes the trucks. It's not good when you crash into the trucks coming towards you when you're on a curve, because you kind of just fly off. So sometimes the faster engines can do a little bit better. Sometimes it doesn't always work that way, but today it has, and Dennis has also fallen over. However, Luke will not begin a second point, but Dennis will begin his first. He actually won a Crash City Requested a few episodes ago, so looks like he's back on his roll again. So let's go on to round 3 and see who can get the next point. Round 3 action, let's hit it. Dennis goes off first, followed by Duke, Ben, Rosie, Mavis. Ooh, close one there. I think Rosie and Duke. Luke, Duck. Oh, Mavis is taken out by Rosie. And last but not least, Duncan. Oh, Dennis takes out Duck just barely before he even gets into the action. Oh, now Dennis derails Duncan, and Luke finishes him off. Now we have Ben, Duke, and Luke. Duke is stuck on Dennis. Ben rear ends him. They're blocking the cross track as Luke works his way around the corners. And collision. Oh, I think, Duke is almost free. Oh, but Luke gets out, takes out Ben in the process. It has a front wheel off going into the points. Oh, and he's out. Duke is on the tracks. However, Dennis is holding him back, and he can't seem to get any traction. Not for a lack of effort. Grinding away at it. But he's not moving, and Luke was the last to do so, even though he did fall off. But whoever's last one moving shows signs of life. That's who we count the winner here at Crash City. So Luke gets the point. Duke's still trying to go. But Luke now on 2 points, Dennis on 1, and everyone else on 0. Let's go on now to round 4. And because Luke is the winner, I guess he has to go first again. Kind of makes it fair, because first one out usually gets a crash at the cross track of the other engine still going out. Now we got Duck, Mavis, Ben, Rosie. Oh, Ben and Duck collide. Oh, they're both out. Dennis, get him on the tracks. Duncan. Oh, Dennis into Mavis. Oh, they're both going sideways. Oh, Mavis and... Oh my goodness, oh my, how has this happened? Luke again. Must have the luck of the Irish or something. Man, I don't even know. Mavis and Dennis crashed, I think, and Ben and Duck, and Rosie and Duncan collided somewhere, and Luke and Duke collided, and it was Luke who emerged out on top. That's 3 points. One more point and he could have this, he might already have this in the bag, but one more point will guarantee, actually, yeah, I think one more point will guarantee him the for sure victory, because Dennis could catch up or tie with him right at the moment. But other than that, Luke is on fire today, so let's continue on with round 5. Alright, I guess we'll have Luke go off again. He doesn't seem to be affected by anything, so now Duncan goes. Duke, we got the narrow gauge engines out. And now Mavis. Oh, Luke is, collided with Duke. Oh, but he has a front wheel off. Oh, and he's out. We will have a new winner this round. Duck. Rosie, unless Dennis wins, then we might have a... and Rosie, tries to take him out, but falls flat on her face. Maybe not quite that, but you get the picture. Ooh, Mavis almost took out Duck. Still, 5 engines remain, and Dennis pushing Mavis. Oh, Duck might get Duncan. Oh, no, not quite. Oh, but Mavis will get him this time. Oh, Ben, that was... okay, what is happening? Oh, Duncan! That was hilarious. Ben tried to take out Dennis, but he fell over. Mavis has a front wheel off and is holding Dennis up. Duncan got stuck on Ben and got a wheel off but recovered, and man, there's a chaos all around. This has just been one crazy Crash City all about. Mavis just will not move. Her front wheels are off and she is firmly lodged in the rails. However, Duncan was last one moving and into the road block, the track block, so I guess it'll be his point in, what is it, round 5. So we still have 2 rounds to go. Can anyone catch up? Oh. Okay. Well, Duncan was, again, last one on the tracks, and I already called the point, but that was interesting. Thanks for interrupting. But Dennis and Duncan could still tie with Luke in the last 2 rounds, so still some hope for them. But otherwise, Luke could still in the lead. Let's continue on with round 6. And here is round 6, the penultimate round. In goes Duncan. Duck. There might be collision on the cross track already. Oh, not quite. Dennis. Luke. Ben. Oh, Duck takes out Luke. I thought he was going to fall off, but he survived. We got Mavis, Duke. Oh, Mavis and Duncan are stuck. Duke and Rosie enter it. Oh, Rosie just hit Duke and fell off. Ben tried to take out Dennis again, but he's too weighty on the track. So now Duck and Dennis have collided with Duncan, Mavis, and Duke, and their little jam up. Looks like they're about to free Duncan from Mavis's grasp. Duke making a all racket. Ben derailed there. Luke and Rosie completely off the tracks. But I'm gonna say, since okay, I was about to call the point for Dennis, but it looks like Duke, Mavis, and Duncan have all fallen over. Now, Dennis now has a front wheel off. Things are looking optimistic for Montague. Oh, Duck into Ben. Ben's over. He's over it. Oh, Dennis tries to go. Oh, he's out. I guess it's a good thing I held off on the call for just a few seconds longer, as it changed from Dennis to Duck. Duck on the board. Number 8 himself. Well done. Alright, let's go on to the finale round, round 7. Okay, let's, last round of the competition. We have Duck, Rosie, Luke with 3 points. Duck has 1. Now, Duke. Dennis with 1 point. Ben with 0. Oh, Luke takes out Duck, and Rosie has a front wheel off. Oh, Ben and Duke take out Ben. Oh, Mavis is getting rolled over. Oh my goodness! What a state, confusion all over the tracks. Duncan's trying to blast through. Now, oh, Luke's flipped over on Mavis. Duncan's trying to push through. Oh, and he's done it. Oh, and he's out. Wow. All on the right-hand side of the tracks. That is... There is a collision with... I can't even remember who was the start of all that. I think it was... Was it like Duck and Duke or something? I don't even know. And then there is... everyone just piled in, and Luke kind of got away, but Mavis threw him off, and Duncan got stuck and able to free himself at the last moment before falling over himself. So I guess the last point goes to Duncan. So let's get to the middle of the tracks for a recap and photo shoot and break down what you saw in this chaotic Crash City. And we have our winner. It is the little narrow gauge engine from Blue Mountain Mystery, Luke, number 22, finished with a total of 3 points. Duncan managed to squeeze in 2 points, while Dennis and Duck each got 1 point apiece, while unfortunately Ben, Mavis, Rosie, and Duke all got 0. It's crazy how with 8 engines, only get half of them get points on the board. One of them gets 3, but I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. Some of the other engines were close, however, they just weren't close enough. So, anyways, here's the final scoreboard. Only 4 engines on the board. Crazy. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this Crash City. I know I did, so I guess I'll just see you in the next video. Have a good day. This is Troublesome Truck signing out. Goodbye.